Stay tuned. Band in Seattle starts right now. Hi, welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander, your host. Band in Seattle features up-and-coming bands from all over hoping for their break on the national stage. Tonight, we have two great bands, the Dolly Rottens and the Summer Babes, in our studio, ready to share their music and their stories. We'll be right back with the catchy, sassy, rock and roll edge of the Dolly Rottens.
How's everybody doing tonight? We're the Dolly Rottens.
Temporary Girl, just about being kind of crazy. It's the perfect song to highlight our lives back then. It literally describes, if you listen to the song, everything about that song was us. Geneva and I started out just as a duo. You know, it was just always me and her. How we wrote the songs, when we performed, it was always just a duo and acoustic. About a year or so went on. We did the local coffee shop scene. We just wanted a fuller sound. And of course we wanted to rock. It was kind of chaotic. We were getting started as a rock band. It's not as easy as it sounds. You know, just getting in a room and jamming together. It's a lot of trial and error and it's a lot of hard work. And we didn't exactly know what we were doing, you know, levels and guitar amps. It's kind of a newer thing for us.
Hi, my name is Nick Auckland, drummer for Dolly Rottens, and I teach drums at the Seattle Drum School. I met Dan, who plays bass. We started playing so often together in so many different projects that people started coming to us to back them as their rhythm section. Through him, I met Darcy, and they were kind of regrouping and getting some new folks together to play, and that's where I kind of came in.
Fire was one of those moments I'll always remember of just the bare bones of the song. It never really popped. It wasn't really our favorite, but then we added this guitar lick and it changed like the whole song and filled it out and almost just made it more meaningful.
Geneva, lead singer of the Dolly Rottens, and I work at Slim's Last Chance.
When I met Geneva, I had no idea how to really write a song lyrically. I was always, you know, I focused on the guitar. I could write a tune, but I really had a hard time putting words to how I felt or what I wanted to say. When I met Geneva, she is a writer. She didn't even really know how to play the guitar, so it was like this perfect mold of two people that excel at two different things that you need to songwrite. So I would really help her songs out structure-wise and musically, and she would write the words.
Geneva and Darcy are great songwriters. It really seems easy for them to write. I think a lot of it comes from their soul and just past experiences, and I've watched them sit down and bang out a tune in a matter of minutes.
Band in Seattle will be right back with more of the Dolly Rottens.
Pretty is one of our oldest songs as well. It's right along the time we wrote Easy. Geneva wrote it. She wrote that song. Basically, you know, you walk into a bar and you hate every girl around you.
I've been holding my tongue, but now that it's over and done, I don't got time to waste. I laugh in your face.
Can they talk? But I don't hear a word. They're all gonna get what they deserve. And I know I'm feeling good today. I don't give a damn what you say.
I met Darcy here at Slim's. Darcy invited me to see the Dollys at the Hard Rock Cafe. I think it was probably a couple months later that they kind of wanted to not have it be an all-girl band. So we learned their set in about 2 weeks. I've just been writing music, you know, my whole life. I've made about 24 records and written hundreds of songs, played thousands of shows. It would be my favorite song. Like, I like Bad Company a lot. A lot of times, like, they want to play quieter, do more like acoustic stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm always like, let's just cut those songs out of the set and just play the louder, faster ones.
Wake me up when the sun is down, getting up to hit the ground. Call you for another hit, call you at the end of it. Who am I to beg you? Who am I to please? Where the sun is shining, I don't wanna be. But I'm not sick of it yet. I'll take whatever I can get.
I wouldn't say I intentionally dress sexy per se. It is who I am. I've never been one to really hide that. Even when I was younger and dyeing my hair orange and crazy colors. I kind of grew into my skin, you know. I wasn't always necessarily the pretty girl growing up, but you know, I was a dancer and I did cheerleading, and I always had a hard time fitting in though. I never felt very pretty, so I would wear the crazy outfits and dye my hair crazy and try to emphasize that to show my creativity, I guess, and my uniqueness. But as I got older, things changed, and I started embracing my body and who I am, and you know, I got back into music and said, you know, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll wear some tank tops, and I got some tattoos I want to show off. On stage, you do want to play that up a little bit. I wear a lot of similar clothes off stage. It doesn't necessarily change. I mean, I guess it is who I am.
My body aches, lost all my money, simple mistakes, so sick of running.
In a perfect world, we would all be able to make money off of what we love to do, you know. Unfortunately, in music, it's a constant hustle, constant struggle. It's feast or famine a lot of the time. So to kind of balance that out, I bartend full-time here at Slim's Last Chance. It's a Texas-style roadhouse. We have a lot of live music. It's an excellent venue. We do it all here. So it's a nice outlet for me to be able to work somewhere that I can actually play as well. I actually left about $80,000 to $100,000 paying a year job to do this. But I haven't looked back since, you know. Everybody, you know, it's nice to be comfortable. Everybody can appreciate, you know, a nice place to lay their head at night. But it wasn't worth it for me.
All right, sheets, alone in my sleep. Old habits, black sheep, die, 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 alone, alone.
Next up on Band in Seattle is Summer Babes with their garage gritty and helplessly catchy tunes. Stay tuned.
Penny had a daughter stuck inside the office of the restaurant. But daddy up and bought her so he could keep an eye on her about what he could not know, what he could not see. Every man in the city's coming after her, and she's looking at me. Katie had a mother stuck inside a marriage that she could not flee. She had me boil water. I brought her some tea and she winked at me. What she could not know, what she could not know.
My name is Jeff Albertson. I'm the lead singer in the Summer Babes, and I work for the Seattle Times. I had been friends with the bass player Henry, and he's kind of bugging me, hey, I just got a bass. I want to start a pop punk band. And that kind of got the ball rolling in my head. Well, I want to start a pop band. And I knew Matt and Jessica from my hometown. Matt, who's a phenomenal musician, he can play every instrument. I figured, well, if I can get Matt, I can get Jessica. She's beautiful, she plays keyboards, she can sing, she never makes any mistakes ever. So I figured, okay, I've got the nucleus of a band. Wrote a few songs initially and decided, hey, this is fun, this sounds good, maybe we should record these. I think a 5-song EP, which we recorded right here in my living room on a little Mac laptop, and didn't think anything about it. Figured we'll sell these at shows. We sent it into KXP and immediately got a really good response.
And said goodnight. What we could not know.
My name is Matt Stegner. I'm in the band Summer Babes, and I work at Adobe Systems here in Fremont. I was a band kid, just like most people were. I started on trumpet, went to tuba because I was a big guy. Took piano lessons, just pretty standard stuff. Worked all summer and bought a guitar. My parents didn't want me to be a loser punk rock musician, so they said, you can play guitar as long as you play in the jazz band. Learned a bunch of stuff in jazz band, lots of theory and stuff like that. Played in high school. In college, I was actually a music major, so I actually have a degree in classical guitar. So I'm a classically trained musician that plays in rock and roll bands on the weekends. Bob Dayton was a reference to the D.B. Cooper trials. So I think there's some speculation that Bob Dayton might actually be D.B. Cooper after a sex change operation, something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it down, 'cause she makes me cuss and cry. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it down, 'cause she makes me cuss and cry.
I'm Henry Rose. I play bass guitar in Summer Babes, and I'm a software engineer at the Cheeseburger Network.
Time bandit, you took all my time from me. Time bandit, chronological time sweet. Time bandit, minute, seconds, hours lost. And once you make the stealing stop before we have to call time cops.
Time Bandit's a classic Summer Babes song. It's very simple. Probably about 20 words in the whole thing. And it's It's funny because you were asking questions about work and music, and that's specifically the idea is there's this dude that's taking away all your time.
Or get them shoes onto my feet, time bandit. I think it's time that you retreat. But once you make the stealing stop before we have to call time out. Tick tock, won't you make the stealing stop? Tick tock, won't you make the stealing stop? Tick tock, won't you make the stealing stop? Tick tock, won't you make the stealing stop?
Band in Seattle will be right back with more of the Summer Babes.
We can wake up, sleeping in a tent. We could have all our friends around us, yeah, we'll have a real good time. Never grow old, is what I'm told. You know what I'm talking about, 'cause talking about is all we ever do. Got no job, got no shoes, money worries and corporate rules. Got no job, got no shoes, money worries and corporate rules.
I'm Jessica Stegner. I play keyboards and do backup vocals in Summer Babes. I also teach 5th grade in Bellevue. I got to know Matt when he was recording my previous band, The Spaniards, and after that we started dating, and we were dating long distance, and I moved over here to be closer to him. And we knew Jeff from Idaho, and he contacted us knowing that we were both musicians. We were in the band for a few years dating, and we recently got married, and now we're a married couple in a band.
Never be gone.
I can tell you that in some aspects it's the best thing in the world to be in a band with your wife, because you get to experience all of those fun things that are in a band, that you do in a band together. Be up on stage, which is a real adrenaline rush. Anybody that tells you it's not, it's lying. At the same time, you know, arguments you have as a married couple, you know, they can spill over to the band.
Being a teacher, I have to get up really early. I have to get up at 5 o'clock every day, and so I go to bed at 9. So that means that when we practice, we have to be done by like 8:30 so I can get home and go to bed, and I'm very strict about that. We also don't play a lot of weekday shows, specifically because of me. I mean, they have played a couple of shows without me. When it's just Jeff, Ryan, and Henry, they call it the 3-piece bikini.
Look out, look out, look in. There's a darkness coming again.
Warmth of the Sun, a little bit different song for us. It's a little more dark and somber. Not a straight up pop song, but I felt like we needed that on the album.
Cold rain coming down. You can't go on. Oh, you can't go on living my way. Cause the warmth of the sun will return. Yeah, the warmth of the sun will return.
So when we started Summer Babes, my main goal was, let's have fun. Let's just make this a fun band. I'd been in this band for 13 years. I realized, you know, you might not get rich and famous, but you still get to get on stage and perform for people.
Yeah, I'm in a band because I do have that itch to play music all the time, ever since I was a little kid. And even though I don't do it full-time for money, playing in a rock band gives me the opportunity to go out and do that, right? To make music, to sort of express that rhythm or whatever it is, and, you know, be the center of attention every once in a while, which we all love.
Picking out a fresh shirt, gonna comb my hair, gonna smell real nice, and I hope you care.
Dirty Girls is just a tongue-in-cheek song about meeting a beautiful woman, maybe at a bar, maybe you go out on a date with her, you hit things off, and you come home to find out that her house is a total mess, a total pigsty, and you think to yourself, how can this woman be so put together and so falling apart everywhere else? I'm not gonna stay the night here.
Wanna spend the night. I really like your dress, but your place is such a wreck. There's panties by the door, and there's dishes on the floor. How can such a pretty girl live with all this mess? It's making me regret all those things already said.
Thanks for watching Band in Seattle. To see all the concerts held in our studios, go to our webpage, bandinseattle.com. Next week, we return with Funky to Death for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.